Imagine that 5 years from now, we get to have this conversation again. What changes do you hope to see in the community by then?
Perhaps that maybe if a black person is cast as like a lead character or some kind of big role in an anime or franchise, that it's not such a oh my gosh, I can't oh like this is like I'm shocked. I'm like, oh like it's not like it can be just a regular thing, you know? Of course, it's always like a win for the black community as a whole, for black weebs worldwide, but it's like not such a shock and like there's not this like this, is this a diversity hire? Did they realize maybe
Mm,
their
mm.
entire cast is white, so I guess we have to throw in a black person here, you know, so we don't get accused of anything. But, you know, so hopefully it's like a more common occurrence rather than surprise, here's this one show once, you know, every couple of months that has a black lead, you know. So, yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. I would love for us to be at the day where it's like, oh yeah, this is what happens. I'm not like, oh my God, like I never would have imagined this. And it's like, but
Mhm.
I want more people to stop being shocked that Black people do things. like
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
we do things. We just do. We're part of the community. We do all sorts of things and have been. And just like there's always this initial reaction of like, I had no idea that a Black person would ever like do a role in an anime, and it's like, why not? like
Mm.
like we like anime, and we're fans just like everybody else. So I wholeheartedly like in every medium period. I just want it to be a point where it's not so like for the first time ever this happened. It's like, no, this is like the 15th millionth time. We're already here, so it's fine.
I just want to see. Uh, I hope that we see more panels like this with black people that aren't us. I want to see. I mean, obviously, I still want to be on these panels and stuff like that. But I want to see people like Kimberly. I want to see Bill Butts. I want to see Cedric Williams. I want to see all these black people and new people. A lot. I want it to be a normal thing. We did a panel Anime NYC with all black creators, and the person that ran it was like, yeah, this is the first time I've actually ever been able to do this. Just hasn't been possible. I don't want that. I hope that's less of a thing in the future. And I hope that it kind of like what Kimberly said. It's just normal. It's just something that we're all, here to succeed, and we're here to win, and we're here to do our best job. And it's not just during Black History Month that we're recognized. It's just that we're just a part of this industry, and everybody succeeds. That's what I would like to see in 10 years time. I don't know how fast that progress is going to be, but I hope with all of us here, doing the best work we can do, that'll be enough to prove to other people like us that they can do it too. And that will enable that to happen.
Agreed. Agreed.
A close friend of mine told me the story about like how they work in medicine, and they work in the medical field, like helping with the, like disease and things like that, giving medicine to people. And they've been asked the same question: oh, like where do you see yourself in this career, in this job field in 5 years? And she said, or they said, I hope in 5 years my job isn't necessary, hoping that things are so stable, and this medicine and help is so available to everyone, that I don't need to be here. And that's kind of where I would like to be. I actually would hope in 5 years we're not having these kinds of conversations about black people's experiences in the workplace, and how much farther we have to go, and
Mm.
and where we're headed. I hope that in 5 years we can just talk about how much we like anime like everybody else, you know, and talk about like what cool projects we're working on, and be as ingrained into the community as everybody else is. So I'm hoping in 5 years we don't really need to have these kinds of conversations anymore, and we can have other conversations that aren't that are more integrated.
Agreed. Agreed. I always tell people that I feel like people think we're asking for a lot when literally we're just like, we just want to exist and enjoy what we enjoy. That's all we really want, and it shouldn't be this hard, but sometimes people make it hard. But every time someone's like, what do you expect to stay in the future? What do you want? It's like, I just want to be able to be, like, just be, that's it. Like, you know, get up in the morning, do my work, play with my cats when they're not annoying me, you know, things like that. It's like, just have a normal
Yeah.
day. And like, and I also happen to like anime and video games and things like that. And it's not like a world breaking news. It's just like, oh, okay, cool. And then that's it.
Yeah. I hope. Yeah. That's my hope.
Anaris, did you want to add?
For me, I'd love to see not just more black people in like in our industry in the voice acting capacity, but I want to see more black casting directors and more, honestly, more diversity behind the scenes, because I feel like, you know, part of what, you know, slows down things in terms of like, you know, seeing diversity in casts is not having the input of people who understand like what it's like to be overlooked and such. And I think, you know, as much as like our allies want to help and should always listen and allow themselves to be educated, I think it's important to have, you know, black people in positions where others don't necessarily need to rise up against power dynamics that are already existing. I think that's part of what kind of held us back from even having this conversation be brought to the forefront, because, you know, this is something we've all been talking about for years, way before the Floyd protests, way before it became a, you know, a topic in interviews and stuff with Funimation, you know, and everything. But, you know, now it's being talked about because, you know, we feel a bit more comfortable, but I think it would be even better if we could have, you know, casting directors, engineers, working to make sure that, you know, we're all treated fairly and we all get the opportunity to shine.